Order. I recognize the honourable member for Halifax-Chebucto.
Thank you. My question is for the minister responsible for residential tenancies, who'd indicated in the last session of the House that when a decision was made for or against an enforcement unit for tenancies, that the consultant's report, which had recommended it, would be made public. So now that the decision against the enforcement unit has been made, will the minister, without diverting into his view of the pros and cons of such a unit, we're familiar with that, will he simply tell us when we will be able to see the report?
I recognize the Honourable Minister of Service, Nova Scotia.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Now that we've made a decision as a government to not proceed with compliance enforcement unit, and again, I would caution the members of this House and others who have twisted, perhaps leaked versions or documents of that report. It did not recommend that government do so. It provided options for government to look at and examine. We examined those options. We conducted further evaluation across the country, and it would not meet the needs of tenants and landlords. So yes, we will be making that report public.
I recognize the honourable member of Halifax-Chebucto.
Well, I think this is an important commitment because the release of a consultant's report of this sort is really the most normal thing in the world. Whatever its recommendations are, you know, the report is made public. The government acts on some of the recommendations, doesn't act on some of the others. The government, their work is judged relative to this, and this is how the whole thing goes. So that when a report is not put forward to the public, as this one hasn't been, people naturally assume there's something that the government doesn't want them to know, which they will continue to assume until that report is made public. So when is it that the government is going to put the report in the hands of the people of the province?
I recognize the Honourable Minister for Service, Nova Scotia.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and I'll have to get back to the member with an exact timeline. But again, and we'll have plenty of time to debate the legislation before the floor of the legislature, but I want to remind the member that the objectives I outlined in the Compliance and Enforcement Unit report by Davis Peer, the objectives, whether balancing the rights of tenants and landlords to ensure fairness and equity, promoting deterrence and early resolution, accessibility, and be able to act quickly and resolve emergency and high priority situations. These are all objectives that we are meeting through the amendments that we're bringing forward through the legislation, as well as internal process changes to improve the program, make it better and fairer for everyone. Thank you very much.